Welcome to Crafty Hints. I'm Chantel. I'm so happy to have you here today. If you're returning, a special thank you, and if you're new, welcome. Let's get to some winter DIYs. I started with these wood skates from the Dollar Tree, and I've got this Waverly chalk paint in pool. And I started to paint it and thought I'd go around my snowflake and decided, it's kind of a pain. So I used my heat gun and just very gently pried this off. If you saw initially, those snowflakes were not even lined up remotely the same. And then I have this glue eraser that I got from the Dollar Tree. If you wondered what those are for, they work great on here. I've used it for glue on paper, so it works on an array of things. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to give the boot of the skate a once over with this pool chalk paint. Now, if you're really good at painting, you can do some shading, you can do all of that. But I did some very simple painting on this one. I also decided not to distress it, which I often do. But you can follow along here and see what you think. I have a couple other ideas. I used some Waverly ink chalk paint just to do the heel of it and the sole. So I won't make you watch all of that, but if you just follow, there's a little engraved piece there that kind of guides your paintbrush. So try and follow that along. And if not, you can touch it up. It's crafting. Just enjoy it. Now I'm using some steel Waverly chalk paint, and that went on the blade. And then I grabbed these automotive microfiber towels. Now, as you can see, one side is fuzzier than the other. So I'm going to put the fuzzy side down, and I'm going to glue this right along where the laces would go. Now, I went a little bit different here than I expected. I was thinking about doing this just on the cuff and maybe drilling out those laces. There's a couple ways you could go here. And I don't know if you have one of those silicone mask applicators. I got that at the Dollar Tree a year or two ago. They're so handy to just push down that glue. You could also use, one of the little spatulas from the Dollar Tree in the kitchen section also. It's just that silicone works well with the heat. Okay, I went all the way up and around. I think this will give it a beautiful effect. And just gluing right on that seam like this and folding it over, it'll give it a beautiful finished edge. Now I just trimmed that down, and I'm going to just fold it over and tack it down on the other side and trim off any excess that I have. And then I've gotten to the top, so I'm just going to snip that off and fold it down and over, just giving us a nice clean edge. Then I got some white, twine, and tied that. It's a little bit slick. I think it comes untied. I have to do it twice. So then I just put a little bit of glue on it because it did slide out there. So a little bit of hot glue to tack it in place. And now we're just going to start the top. So same thing, just cut off a little piece. You want fuzzy side down, and then we're just going to tack that all the way up and around. I hope you're enjoying so far. If you enjoy these DIYs, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to see which ones you enjoy. Okay, I just gave those a once over with some plaster chalk paint as well on those snowflakes. Super simple. I used my pinky to measure exactly where I was going to place them so that they'd be across from each other. And now these would be good to just hang on a hook, but I'm going to show you, I decided to just do a slip knot and put them on a wreath. Now this wreath I can use for several different holidays because I haven't attached anything and I just got it from Walmart last Christmas. Isn't that pretty? See, we can add things for different seasons and reuse it. It's the first of the month, so I'm doing a collab with Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun and Brenda from Rustic and Lace. Please go over to their channel and subscribe. These are very talented ladies. There will also be a playlist down below, and I'll pin the link so that you can click on it and go from one person to the next. So many fun winter DIYs. The fun thing about winter DIYs is then not everything's gone. You know, once Christmas is over, it just feels like everything's so bare. Okay, I took a wood round and painted that with the plaster chalk paint. And I cut out this stencil. It was from Digital Designs, but I changed it a little bit. It was a Christmas stencil, and you can find several different ones there at Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles. And I was trying to decide at first when I saw it, am I going to do a stencil or a reverse stencil? So just a reminder, on a reverse stencil, we would take out the parts that we want all of the paint to go in and we attach that down. This is just stenciling, so we're taking out the parts that we want to paint. But with the reverse stenciling that I've showed you before, and maybe I can link one of those down below, you put that on there and you just paint the whole thing, and wherever that stencil vinyl is where the paint won't be, and then you just pop those off. Okay, these little trees, a little bits down that filled those in, were a little bit of a stinker to get on there, but it took just a minute. And I'm using my pool again. I wanted to kind of make that my theme for this winter for the colors. And just make sure you rub it all down. By my snowflakes, I had a few little ripples, and now I got this dauber from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tap it all over. Every single spot that there's an opening, I'm just going to tap this along. Let me know in the comments down below, do you feel a little bit sad when you take down your Christmas decorations? I think it just feels so empty once it's gone, so we've got to move on to these Christmas crafts. Okay, I'm taking some ocean chalk paint now, and I'm going to just mix it in with the pool. And we're going to do a little bit of an ombre effect across this sign. So I'm going around the middle, and I'm just going to go across, and I'm kind of blending it with some of that pool and just tapping that in. Then I'll add a little bit more pool and make it a little bit darker. Now again, you can make this as light or as dark as you want. I could have left, part of the top a little bit of that plaster color. It's your own project, so you decide your colors and how you want to do it. But this is what it looks like. So now I let it dry, and I'm just going to peel this stencil off. I'll link this stencil vinyl down below. I believe it's Oramask. And it never lets me down. It works great every time. Okay, so just need to take those out. We've got to be very careful that we don't scratch our paint underneath. But this is a little bit therapeutic. These are the little pieces that were a little bit difficult to just pop out. would also be pretty if you had this and maybe went back over it with a little bit of the ivory just on the tips of the branches. Okay, I took some ribbon on the back and I just made a loop. And now I'm going to take another piece of ribbon and I'm going to go across those just to reinforce it a bit. This isn't a heavy sign, so it, should hold it just fine. You could also put a hanger on the back. I bought a stack of these wood rounds on Amazon as well because I found them harder to find at my Dollar Tree. Plus, this way they don't have the holes from the hanging twine. So I can also link that down below for these resources. And there it is. So simple and so beautiful. Okay, my next one is something new. I got into sublimation. So I got this Epson printer. I'll link down below which one I got. It's an Eco Tank. And all I did was get these inks from Hippo. When you're doing this, you just go in and you plug in each one in their marked spots and you just fill it up. That's it. You print it out then. And as you can see, the colors aren't quite as vivid as they would normally be. But once you set them with ink, they are. So you're going to want to print in reverse. I got these coasters as well off of Amazon. And this is just a heat tape dispenser. So you need tape that will work with the heat. And this just cuts it. It makes it so handy to not have to tear off the tape while your hands are full. I thought I might also attach my roll of tape when I'm wrapping gifts. Wouldn't that be handy? It just cuts it all for you. I guess it's kind of like that Scotch tape pop-up. But as you can see, they're bendable, they're washable. I've also had the ceramic ones before, but it feels like ones I purchased before. The paint wears off over time. So I thought these would be cute to just add a little bit of winter and a little bit of fun to my car. So I just tacked these down in 3 spots. When I put my heat on, I'm going to do it from the top. So you want to make sure that that paper's on the top. It gives you the heat settings. I found that 387 for 45 seconds works. I just do my heat press. You can also do one of the hotter irons. And then we just lift this back up. It's just in between 2 sheets of paper. Want to be careful. It's very warm. And then we'll just let them cool for a second. I don't need my glove anymore. It cooled. So we're just going to peel this off. Isn't that cute? Just a hint of winter. These are going to be great as... They could be Christmas gift. There's so many different things you can do. The sublimation printers or the eco printers from Epson have been on sale, so it might be a great time to do it. Please don't judge my car. I should have wiped this down. You can see every speck of dust, but aren't they cute? I hope you've given me a thumbs up and subscribed. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to go to the playlist and subscribe to everyone. You'll truly enjoy them. And here's some other videos you might enjoy. Take a little bit of time in this busy season for yourself. Thank you. Bless you.